On your whiteboard, please tell me what is it called when, I'm looking at AP World.
Yeah, I'm good. I could even ask it on the shut up.
Alright, on your whiteboard, please tell me what is it
John, can you say it?
What is it called? Yesterday I went to Walgreens and the candy was super expensive, so I was like, crap. So then I left and I went to CVS, from Walgreens to CVS, and it was also super expensive, so I said, crap. And then I was like, you know what? Publix always has my back. And I went to Publix, and then ta-da, it was buy two, get one free. So now I have candy. McKinnon! Trial and error. What is it called? Tonight, I am going to make my mom's haunted tea.
What?
Which is her haunted tea. It is boiled apple cider with a cinnamon stick, and you put a little bit of mulled wine in it. Mulled wine.
That's tea.
What is it, Sam? Algorithms. On your whiteboard, why is it an algorithm, Sam?
Why is it algorithm?
Yeah.
It's step by step.
Step by step.
Is that a song? Step by step.
Yeah, have you ever seen
So
Full House?
recipe should
Step by
be
step.
an algorithm.
What? Yeah.
Or math.
See? Jim knows.
On your whiteboard, please tell me.
This is so hard.
On your whiteboard. I haven't gone trick-or-treating in years. However,
This year you're
I
going.
think back to trick-or-treating, I'm like, you know what? I could do it. I think we're just going to show up. You knock on some doors. You say trick-or-treat. You hold out your bag. You give it. They say a comment or two, and then you leave on. What is it when I think back to my own experiences to help a new kid? Do it. Use my past experiences to figure out trick-or-treating here in Tampa Bay. So far, no one. Why is it a mental image? Yes, Gabriella. Heuristic. Why is it a heuristic? There you go. On your whiteboard, please educate guess based on prior experiences. Mental set is when something worked for you in previous and you just keep doing it because it always, it's just a continuous pattern. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called? I think Zach is really annoying. So when Zach does something that is not super annoying, I'm like, but when he does something super annoying, I'm like, oh my God, you are the most annoying.
You do that a lot.
What is it, Zach?
Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias.
Can I keep my thing since I haven't taken the
Sure, I
test?
don't care. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when I am thinking, man, I don't have any candy to give any trick-or-treaters. Man, what should I do? And then I look around my house, I'm like, oh my God, I have sweet potatoes. I'll just give them sweet potatoes.
Awful.
What is it called when I'm like, oh my God, I do not suffer from what? Coker? I do not suffer from functional fixedness.
That actually would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
Sweet potatoes.
I would take that.
If someone gave me sweet potatoes, I would have TP'd their house. I would have thrown it back out.
First time I've ever drank water, apparently.
Just the second floor.
Now I get a close up on you.
I do.
She said that during working.
Yep. Alright.
7th floor by channel side. They're narrowing it down here.
It used to be by.
I'm pretty sure you can just look on Hillsborough County property manager.
If she doesn't own it, it's not gonna work.
That's so creepy.
She doesn't own it.
Do you see what I deal with on a regular basis? Thank you.
Normally I'd suggest that I probably get it, but I won't.
I do that.
Can we go? Is that possible? Or, we haven't finished.
I'm listening to you.
We'll be done with content.
What is it when I know there's only one solution to a problem?
If where you worked was revealed, would you switch your job?
It's already been revealed.
No,
Yeah.
no it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, we kind of all know. We knew
Zach,
that since the
answer the
beginning of
question.
last year.
What is it, Karina?
It's not hard.
Convergent. On your whiteboard, what is it called? It's also the name of a terrible series. However, the boy's really cute, so there's kind of like a toss-up there.
Oh, I know.
But, oh, we haven't
She
even talked
was
about what
pretty,
it
but she
means.
cut her hair.
What is it? Sierra. Divergent. What is it? What is the name of the first intellectual theory, intelligence theory? What is the name of the first intellectual theory? What is it, Mia?
Spearman's G factor.
There you go. On your whiteboard, he has two types of factors. What are the names of the two types of factors? What is it, Olivia? GNS factor. On your whiteboard, please tell me which one has only 10% of the world's population in it. What is it, Riley? S factor. What is the name of the theory that has 9 different types of intelligences now? What is it, Ribkey?
Gardner's.
Gardner's. On your whiteboard, according to Gardner, if you're really good at math, what type of intelligence are you? What is it, John? Logical. If you are very good, if this person is an example of what? Ellen.
Ellen.
Oh.
Ooh. My bad.
No.
Well, she's good at that though.
Yeah, that's not what her thing is. What is it, McKinnon? Interpersonal. She's funny. She's engaging. You like her. She's good at talking to people.
I like bread.
She's not like
Oprah.
Oprah's boring to watch.
we don't care about your opinion. on that.
Literally nobody.
It's like,
On your whiteboard, please tell me Obama, Clinton, Bill Clinton, not so much Hillary. What are they known for? Good. Jacqueline. Verbal. Ripkey, stop. On your whiteboard, please tell me what of Gardner's 9 intelligences are you most likely to be?
Like personal?
Yeah, you personally.
Those are Ryan.
No, Coker.
What if you don't have them?
If you do have a
No,
strong.
you're not.
False.
What if? Perfect. All right, here we go.
Miss Bennett, is this class coming to the AP Psych dinner? Do y'all want to come to the AP Psych dinner? We're having it at Kodo's.
Please. I would not be seen with
We
you.
haven't set a date.
No, there's like 40 people going.
We haven't set a date yet. I'm inviting all of y'all.
I'll be there.
It's a real thing.
It's been a thing.
Thank God Zach's not planning it. He just happened to be in the class where Morgan is planning it. We are going to Kodo's.
When?
You're going
She's
to
actually-
Yeah, she's gonna show up.
I'm going. Bring tonight.
We talked about it yesterday. She's doing it. It's going to be on a Wednesday or Thursday night. The Wednesday or Thursday before midterm week.
Alright.
What's the point of it? Just to eat?
I don't know, but they got like so passionately excited about it. I
It's
kind
gonna
of
be so
got
much fun.
forced into saying yes. So I'm going.
I feel like you love
No.
Yeah, guys, I'm on my way. Hours later, they're still waiting for you.
Huh?
So this is different. You won't have to leave
I
your
know.
house.
So we're gonna do it. They were throwing around an idea of a Secret Santa.
Yes, we want to do
Yes.
Secret Santa.
That's amazing.
Alright.
So-
People usually get crappy gifts though. Like everyone, there's always that one person, like in the office, where they all get like crappy gifts, and then Michael gets like an iPod, and they're all like fighting for the iPod.
So,
Listen, that teapot gift was adorable.
She's like,
so
"I can't
anyway,
stop."
yes, it's a thing, and way more people are going than Zach.
You're welcome.
So you won't have to
Wait,
get
how many
me
AP
then.
Psych classes do you have?
4.
What else are you
Yeah, but some people aren't gonna go.
I thought you had
If I was in the class, I wouldn't be going.
So
Why not?
let's just
Yeah.
let's just rent out.
I'm not going. No
I'll go to
offense.
Chipotle. It's like
Okay, we're going. So,
That's some expensive stuff.
triarctic theory of intelligence is Sternberg. So you have Spearman's G factor, and then you have Sternberg's triarctic theory. You need to keep them separate, ladies and gentlemen. So keep that in mind as you're studying for tomorrow's test, because there's pretty much everything has a test question on it, because there's not that much content. Can we just agree? So triarctic theory happens to be my favorite theory. I think Spearman is obviously really negative, as we talked about. 90% of the world's population are dumb. Only 10 to 20% are actually intelligent. I think Gardner's is just too much. Can we just agree? Just so much. Sternberg I really like because he has 3 different types of intelligences, and that's analytical, creative, and practical. So, with that, when you have analytical intelligence, you have the ability to break problems down into component parts, analysis for problem solving. You're able to simplify things and figure out what the real root of the problem is. Alyssa, did you have a question, my darling?
Well, just because we were talking about how divergent and convergent thinking were different types of creativity, but this is assuming like the typical view of creativity, right? Like that.
This is intelligence. This is an intelligence
But
theory.
it says creative. So
It's a different sect of it, which would be if you are a divergent or convergent person, then you would be a creative person, just general. These are just flat titles.
would convergence fall under analytical intelligence?
No, they keep them. When we talked about convergent, divergent, that was under the umbrella of creativity. Then we transitioned to the umbrella of intelligence. And under Sternberg, he thinks creative intelligence is the ability to deal with new and different concepts. So you can do that in either a convergent way or a divergent way. They're not necessarily directly tied equally through. They have different components of it, and they shift depending on the author or the creator. So, creative intelligence is the ability to deal with new and different concepts and come up with new ways of solving problems. Okay? Where you're like an out-of-the-box thinker. So, I am an analytical person. I'm all about solving exactly what I need to know and moving on. Like, how many times have I told you that's out of my pay grade? Or you just hit the top of my knowledge? I tell you all the time because I only know what I need to know because like my brain already hurts at the end of the year. Because when I talk about, like, when I'm reviewing AP Psych and AP World and I have to know both courses, everything at the same time, oh my God. And being able to answer questions to kids who have been working hard all year, who are super stressed and want to do really well, so I have to make sure I'm giving them my best every day. Oh my God, I just literally go home and just cry because my brain hurts. Oh, it's really
Do you
sad.
like study?
Yeah, absolutely.
You study like our content?
AP Psych I don't have to work that hard on. No offense.
Because
it's common sense.
It's common sense to a degree, and I think this is like, I've taught it for a while. So like,
You have to
AP
study
World,
AP.
World,
AP
is
World
like-
I study for.
that's just
AP
like
World,
knowledge.
I teach AP World. My life is AP World. I happen to do some psych.
We just have to
It's
be
such
here.
a weird mix.
Yeah.
I don't understand
There's no
what they were
overlap.
thinking.
There's no overlap in that. And I think I'm the only one who teaches 2 totally separate APs, don't I?
You're the special one. You're the chosen one.
Yeah, what an idiot.
You're the Messiah.
Unless you count capstone.
You know what's
No,
kind of funny?
capstone is a little different.
That's kind of funny that you teach
That's
like
stupid
psych and you don't
presenting
put
class.
as much effort into it as you do into world. And there are some teachers who just teach like psych and they put like all their effort into it, and it's really funny because they're not as
Yeah,
good
and then
as
their
you.
students aren't even like that smart.
Yeah, that like you're still better than them, and like they're not. This is a nice compliment, so try to
All of
understand
your students have been at talk to the other AP Psych kids like they're stupid.
Oh my God, that's not very nice.
Well, like I don't, but like they're like,
I always
oh,
feel like,
you're.
we already did that. Like, we
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they're like, oh, you're advanced, you know everything.
I
Or
rub
like,
it in.
You do know doing that makes my life harder, especially when you make comments and then they make comments to their teachers, and you do know that makes me.
See, this is why I
Go to
It makes you look great.
This man, like they
I
had,
did, I
they had a
requested you
vocab
to have
test.
you
They had a
do it.
vocab test, but it was like 30 questions,
Fine.
like multiple
No,
choice.
like,
Sounds like that's stupid. Like,
Dude, we did that during Irma.
They're just
Yeah.
my friend has
we
help.
did, we did your
My friend
month's work
Hannah
like
has
one week.
Telbaca. She said she worked out with you last night, and she said like Not the point. Not the point. But she said they were just
Why
learning about
say
drugs. She said they were just now learning about drugs and like they just had a vocab on drugs.
That's crazy.
Guys, we're finished with content for the midterm next week. A week from tomorrow, we're finished with midterm
What
content.
do we do for the rest of the
We're going to start development. No, I'm not reviewing for midterm for the county. No, it's so stupid.
It's gonna be the easiest task.
Cognition's pretty easy. So stupid. No, we do cognition 2, and then we're done with midterm, and then I start development. I like development. I think it's interesting. I hate week 1 of development. I think you can probably figure out why. And then we do that for 2 weeks, and then we have review week, which I sit and I write your review packet for you. You copy it down, you get your A on the midterm, and then we go back to crushing it, finish development 1, we go to social psychology, and then we do that for 7 weeks, and then we're in review. What?
It's not gonna be like your PowerPoint, no offense, where like sometimes there's like information.
I'm sorry, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to ask about the midterm when I sit here and I literally write it out for you? Is that what you're referring to? Because if it is, I'd watch your tongue real quick, Coker.
It's kind of hard though, because you can't read it sometimes.
God, I hate you so much. By the way, the one that I literally sit here and write for you, Coker, there's no appreciation.
I bet you like me up here.
Wait,
now.
you write it? Or is it
I literally handwrite it for you.
Don't give her stuff out. We got yelled at last year, even though I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
It's not always about you.
Aren't they so
Practical intelligence. Practical intelligence is the ability to use information to get along in life. Next to this one on your study guide, I would put like street smarts.
We're not on the show.
They're not?
It's on the phone. Yeah, number
Okay.
6.
For practical intelligence, these are people who are like super street smart. So my mom has 3 master's degrees. 3. She has 1 bachelor's and 3 master's degrees. Yeah, which is so stupid. To have 2 masters is stupid. To have 3 is ridiculous. And that's who my mother is, because she just collects degrees when she can. Anyway, my dad has a high school diploma. That's it. He got kicked out of his first quarter of college. He failed out in his first quarter of college. Like, he was so bad, they said, just go. So, my dad happens to have made enough money to provide a private school education for elementary school. He also provided a house in a upper middle class house in Massachusetts, which is very expensive. We had a summer house in New Hampshire, which we spent every summer, all summer. Like, as soon as I finished school, we'd go up there for 3 months or 2 months or whatever it is. And then every February, we spent 2 weeks in Florida. So, if my dad has no degrees, does that mean he's an idiot?
Nope.
No, he's really good at speaking to people. He sold electrical components for an like if you needed to build like computer parts and stuff, he was the guy you buy the parts from. And the reason why he was so successful is because when you talk to my dad, he is just like such a lovely person who knows what he's talking about and who remembers things. Like he'd walk up to you like, "Oh my God, how's Timmy and Susie doing?" "Oh, great. You know, last time I saw you were Susie was in a play. How did Wendy and the 3 Bears?" I don't know. What the hell is this stupid thing?
Goldilocks?
It's the same thing. So, like, my dad doesn't have the 3 master's degrees like my mom does, but guess who made more? My dad. And my dad has great value, even though he doesn't have an education. Okay? He has none. And he's always kind of embarrassed by it. But, I mean, he's done, I think we can all agree, pretty damn well for himself, correct? So, he is a perfect example of practical intelligence. He doesn't have the degrees behind him. If I reference when we were going through high school and I was talking about books and stuff that I was reading, and my dad's like, "No, what are you talking about?" You know, when I talk about school courses, and he's like, "Yep, nope." But if you want someone who knows what they're doing and talking, and that's what he found his niche, and he made a lot of money off of it, and he has retired. He retired at age 50. Done. Now he's a real estate agent because he just loves it. Because he loves it. So he does real estate. And that's what he does. Walks around talking to people, talking about houses. And he's always loved that. So that's what he does. Creative intelligence. Someone who's creative. There's nothing I can say about it because I got nothing. I can't say anything. It's definitely not me. It's definitely not McCrae. He's worse than I am, if you can imagine. Nope. There's no talent in the Reeves family. Zero talents. Analytical is definitely me. I'm all about, let's get straight to the point. No fluff. I teach AP World, as you know, and the other, Mr. Cardoza, teaches, she does like these
Miss
cute little, Miss Cardoza?
Mr. Cardoza.
Mrs.
I know, but you just said Mr.
Oh,
Cardoza.
sorry. I didn't mean that like that. Anyway, she does these cute like interactive simulation games.
Her.
And I know a lot of people like love them. Did you like the simulation things?
Build your own town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all my kids were hearing about it. They're like, Miss Bennett, are we going to do that? And I was like, nope. Like, well, they were fun. They liked them. And I was like, yeah, we don't.
We don't have fun.
We don't have fun. And I was like, I'm all about, like, let me help you fill in your stuff. Let's get the work done, which is exactly how AP Psych is, correct? You do a lot of work for me, but we do a lot of work in class. Would you agree? Okay, and that's what, in my head, that's, I think, is the best way to attack it. If it's of value, we should be doing it in class, which is why we do what we do. On your whiteboard, which one are you? Yeah. Riley, with hair like that, man, you can't be anything other than creative. Good. No street smart. Oh, we got a couple street smarts. Go, guard. Definitely say that, man. Way you connect to people, you're good, man. Good. All right, here we go.
I think he's good. It's just his dad.
You are not involved in everything. Okay, emotional intelligence. So, emotional intelligence is the awareness of the ability to manage one's own emotions as well as the ability to be self-motivated. Okay, I have emotional intelligence. I can tell you why I'm upset. Now, I may not want to tell you why I'm upset because I'm mad at you. But I'm very open with my emotions. Would you agree? You know, there's no hidden layer here.
I know an example, like you on like the day we come in before school, what's that called? Open house.
What about it?
You tell the parents we're gonna get rocked and we suck and all this.
I don't tell you that you suck.
You get pretty close.
Yeah,
you get pretty
I remember
We're
open house
going.
vividly.
So, with emotional intelligence, it's about being able to kind of control your emotions, be able to feel what others feel. I do try to connect with my kids. I don't ask you too many personal things, but I do ask. Because you know when you're having bad days and stuff like that. That would be emotional intelligence. Who here would say this is somewhere? No? Okay, so IQ test, intelligence quotient, is a number representing a measure of intelligence resulting in the division of one's mental age by chronological age, then multiplying it by 100. By the way, you will have one math equation tomorrow. You have to find the IQ of someone. I give you really pretty numbers. It's not hard to do, but if you want to have a calculator just to make sure you nailed it, because I am an uncomfortable person with that stuff, you are more than welcome to do it. Is this not on there?
It's on
But-
question 7.
7?
It's Stanford,
Yeah,
Bennett, and
question
IQ.
7.
Okay, you're going to want to write IQ under the Stanford Binet and IQ.
Oh,
Because Binet is the guy who creates the intelligent quotient, or IQ.
Wait, do we need to know like the?
You need to know the math formula.
Yeah. Well,
It is mental age times chronological age. No, it's mental age divided by... Do you want me to write it out for you people?
Yeah.
Yes.
So hopefully you forget about it and then you just like
You are such a delight.
pretty late up.
No. Okay, so when we talk about mental age, I think we can all agree that you've met someone who's your same age who acts more maturely or who acts more immature. Can we agree? Like, there's some people in our school who act like they're in their mid-20s already intellectually, correct? Yes? And we have some kids in our school who can't help but keep talking.
Butler, Coker.
Yeah, say he's just talking.
Coker was pretty bad, but when you're in here, you're definitely worse. So, ta-da. Congrats. Okay? Chronological age is what? Your real age. Yeah, if you were born 17 years ago, guess what? That's your chronological age, all times 100. That's IQ. Now, the reason why IQ is important is because it gives us a comparison number for the first time. Okay? Whether you like Donald Trump or not, he is fascinated by his own IQ, correct? He's mentioned it multiple times. Whether you like him or not, it's not a dig, but it happens to fit my content. He keeps saying he's the smartest person to ever live and that he has the best memory ever. Before we had a test like an IQ test, could we really compare intelligences? No. So what does the IQ test allow us to do? Compare intelligence with an actual statistical number. The Stanford Binet is that test. It yields an IQ score. So when we talk about the Stanford Binet, it is started by a guy named Binet. He made an intelligence test. When it went to Stanford University, they then redid the test with his original influence, and that's the test you say. Anyone here ever done an intelligence test? If you've ever done an intelligence test, it's going to be the children's version of the Stanford Binet. But when you hit 15 and up, if you've done one since 15, it's going to be the Stanford Binet. It's still in use today, ladies and
Where do
gentlemen.
you take one?
You have to be, it's like, you have to, it's not prescribed, is not the right term, but you have to have a doctor issue the order
Usually
for
when
it.
you're like elementary school.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
And we get into that here in a
Or
second.
what's average, like 100?
110.
110.
110, which we're going to get to here. So the Wechsler Intelligence Test, which is on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, the Wechsler Intelligence Test. The Stanford Binet is a child's test, is the children's test. I'm so sorry. The Stanford Binet is a children's test. I would make a note of that. It's for all children. So if you took an intelligence test, it was a Stanford Binet. He wanted to measure out how intelligent students were so he could pick the best students to go to his school. Okay? So, the Wechsler Intelligence Test is an intelligence test for, look on your focus, it'll be easier to fill out that.
What's the difference between the mental ability and just the test?
Mental ability.
Like it says Binet's mental ability.
It's his test before he puts the IQ.
Oh wait, no,
intelligence
that's
score.
Stanford, my bad.
Okay. So, the Wechsler Intelligence Test is a verbal score and performance score for adults. The Wechsler is adults. Make sure you write that nice and big. So, I am an adult. I don't know if you've noticed, I'm not 18 anymore. I'm sad. Actually, I wouldn't want to be in high school. 20. I would do 20 again, though. College, man. College is a good time. Anyway. With that being said, if I wanted to find out what my IQ is, I already know it because I took the Stanford Binet when I was a kid. I would take the Wechsler test. It's important that you can distinguish adults and children. Stanford Binet is for children, Wechsler is for adults. So, when you talk about Stanford Binet, they're doing like the building of the blocks. It's totally interactive. They want to see how fast you can do something, build something, mimic something, and all that stuff. It takes a long time to do. It is in total an 8-hour test. So I have my master's in special education and varying exceptionality with a focus on autism. Okay, so with that, one of my endorsements is testing. So I had to administer a bunch of intelligence tests, and that takes 8 hours. You do them in 4-hour blocks with an hour, a 10-minute break in between the 2 hours for the kids. You do it over a period of 2 days. And it takes so long. And it's actually a ton of note-taking because it has to be incredibly scientific, correct? Because essentially, if it's done correctly, obviously I had to be babysat for the first couple times. But then, here we go. So it's pretty cool. So, Wechsler Intelligence Test, they're having you look at patterns, blocks, as well. So the deviation IQ scores are a type of intelligence that measure or assume that IQ is normally distributed around the mean of 100 with a standard deviation of 15. Oh my God! Standard deviation! Yes! This is so exciting. Let's do a flashback. Let's do a flashback. Let's do a bell curve. Let's do a bell curve. Let's do a bell curve. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
East India trade.
Okay, so this line, what should be going here?
Standard deviation.
Zero.
Mean. No, 0. So what's my mean?
100.
100. What's my standard deviation? 15. So this is
115. 85.
85.
60.
60.
130.
That's not 60. It's 60.
70.
No, it's 70. 85.
Jenny, go back to
85.
Girl, I had your back. I totally had your back though.
Oh,
Don't worry
yeah.
about it. There you go. Goodbye.
That's like ride or die.
Ride or die, man.
Y'all are bullshitting. I don't care.
Welcome to the class side.
Thank you,
Sam, why are
Sam.
you bullying me?
I don't think